Hey everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play the Dark mod. It's been a few years since I've played this game, and having just completed the Thief trilogy, I was in the mood to play more of that type of thief, and this meant fan missions. But I still had the Dark mod installed. I just haven't actually fired it up since the last time I had played it, sometime in 2020 or 2021, about 2 years ago. And when I started playing it, I realized that, if I'm going to play this game, why not record it? And I was in the mood to play all the missions I had done before, so why not do them again? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to play all the missions I've already done again, and then I think we'll try doing a few more missions. We had played through A New Job, The Tears of St. Lucia, A Score to Settle, The Chronicles of Skullduggery 1 through 3, Snowed In, The Accountant 1 and 2, and Exhumed. I think I'm going to slip in Thieves' Remorse this time around as well, and I'm going to play them in the same order I did last time, and this will be in its own separate playlist. I really liked these missions, and I liked that we had some sort of storyline or a storyboard going on, because we chose them in a fantastic order that could be explained by some of the texts we were reading in the game world at the time. And I just want to play them again. Since I'm going to play them again one more time, and why not record it as well, just in case anyone wants to watch me play these one more time. In case you guys don't remember what the Dark mod is, I will try to put a link to my first encountering of the Dark mod in the description below, and in a pinned comment if I can remember to do that. You guys can go ahead and click on one of those things and be jumped over to my original playlist for the Dark mod, which is where I played a few of these games. Really quick though, it's a game engine in which you can play people's fan missions or design your own game, your own maps, and the community around the Dark mod and around creating the maps seem to have nailed the Thief game vibe perfectly. The music, the graphics, the setting, the objectives, it's been fantastically well done for the missions that I have played. And so, I want to do this again. I've already checked my voice and I think things are coming out okay. So, we're going to go ahead and start with Mission 1, A New Job. Alright, so let's go ahead and do it. These, by the way, are all the missions I've downloaded. The checks are all the missions that I have actually finished at some point. Alright. Let's fire this up again.
I go by many names in this city. Outlaw, rogue, thief. The few people who know me call me Corbin. My job is to acquire valuable items for the rich. Sounds easy, but these items are usually owned by someone already, someone who doesn't want to part with them. Luckily, I'm quite good at what I do. Tonight I'm meeting someone who wants to hire me for a job. I don't know the details yet, but an associate of mine has vouched for him, and the message managed to pique my interest. I'm supposed to meet my contact in a courtyard south of Canterbury Tavern. Canterbury is popular with wealthy travelers, and it just so happens that a Lord Rothwick is staying there tonight. I'm told he has a purse full of very expensive rubies with him. I've decided to arrive in the area a little early and engage in a bit of burglary. A tavern won't have the same level of security as a private estate, and it shouldn't be too difficult to find what room Lord Rothwick is in. The guest names are in the registry. I can help myself to that purse and still meet my contact in the courtyard on time. Not bad for a night's work. I've booked a room near the tavern. The sun is down, my gear is ready, and the city awaits. It's time to begin.
Alright everyone, a few things to cover before we actually go ahead and say new game. First off, I'm going to try to play all of these missions on the medium difficulty setting. So in this instance, it's normal mode. The major difference between these modes, from what I can tell in the Dark mod for most of the maps I have played in the past, is the amount of gold that we will be required to pick up and whether or not we can kill anyone. Now, we are not playing Garrett this time around. We are playing someone named Corbin, and I will play him a little differently than I have played Garrett. Corbin's not above killing, if it comes down to it. And if a guard's being really annoying, I will kill it in this mod. The mod is... the AI's detection is quite good in this game. And I think when I had left off, which is to say playing it a bit off screen at some point between 2020 and 2022, I had decreased the AI's hearing detection. So the first thing I'm going to do is get into the game and show you the settings and increase the detection back to challenging, because I think it's unforgiving at this moment. Now, to my recollection, none of the money that we pick up is brought with us to any of the other missions. There might be like 1 or 2 maps which actually do have a scenario that allows you to spend money you had previously picked up. But generally that's not the case. And it's another reason why I won't play on the higher difficulty levels, because not only do I want the option to kill folks in this one, but I also don't necessarily want to feel forced to pick up every single coin. Although Corbin's going to be killing guards on occasion, I don't want to steal from people who don't really need their money stolen, as it were. Lastly, just as I had done for all the Thieves, for the Thief series I have just uploaded, Thieves 1 through 3, I will attempt to limit my blackjacks and or murders to 3 or less per mission. And even then, I will attempt to not do that sort of thing. When it comes to killing, by the way, I will prefer to blackjack over kill. I will do that. But again, I might kill with Corbin. I won't feel guilty doing it with our thief/assassin this time around. Especially considering some of the missions that we'll be doing, which have us actually kill people in one way or another. If not through bow, maybe then through poison or something of the sort. Alright, so with all that covered... Oh, and I also will have the same house rules as usual, which is that, once again, trying to kill or blackjack no more than 3 people. And only 1 save, but this time it's going to be every like 20 minutes or so I'll attempt to save the game. So 3 saves per video, no more than that. I'll try to limit myself. This way it's a bit more suspenseful for you guys watching. Alright, well, with all that covered, let's go ahead and buy equipment. We have 60 gold to spend, and you can see all of our starting gear here. Now, I wish I could drop some of this stuff after I get into the game, but I'm not going to be able to do so. So, I said I was killing people in this game. So, alright, I want the option to do so, but I still hate bringing the short sword. Melee combat in this game is extraordinarily difficult. It's not something I'm a fan of, and I will be killing people with broadhead arrows if I decide I need to kill someone, not by backstabbing them. So we will not take our short sword. If a mission requires me to pick up all of our equipment, then I'll take it. But otherwise, I won't do so. And I don't think we need the short sword in this mission, so I'm going to leave this behind. I don't think we really need a compass either. I'm going to leave this behind as well. This may seem weird that I'm dropping this stuff, but I don't want to have to cycle through my items in my inventory and to have the compass be there, because it slows me down from accessing the piece of gear I want to, well, select. And so, no compass. Everything else we will take. We need the lockpicks, actually, if we want to complete the mission. Can we actually drop them? That's so strange. Actually, maybe we don't need the lockpicks to complete the mission. It's been a while since I've done this. Alright. 60 bucks, and we can see a bunch of stuff for sale over here. I would normally take a health potion, but at 50 gold pieces for a health potion with only 60 gold to start, that's out of the question. I think we'll take a moss arrow. Help us move around quietly. We'll grab some water arrows. And I'm going to feel compelled, since I did mention the possibility of eliminating guards, to bring a few broadheads on each mission. So we'll bring 5 of those, but that doesn't leave me much left. I wouldn't actually mind a flash bomb. Could sell back a water arrow and buy a flash bomb. Sure, we'll do this. 1 moss arrow, 3 water arrows, 5 broadheads, 1 flash bomb. It may take all 5 broadheads to also kill a guard. Just a heads up. So, and even then, we still might not do it. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we'll take the short sword after all. We'll take it. Alright, let's get started.
The back alleys of Bridgeport. You can get almost anywhere unseen, if you know your way through the maze.
Alright guys, a few more things before we actually get going. In case I didn't mention it, I will keep the amount of chit-chat to a minimum when I feel it would be appropriate to do so. That was just to say, when I'm trying to sneak past guards, when an area is kind of creepy and I want to keep it atmospheric. But otherwise, I will talk with you guys as we're walking through the standard alleyways and what have you. And of course, I'll be trying to read everything that we find on screen as well, and then I can comment about that stuff as we play. There'll be a bit more chatting in this series than in any of the official Thief games that I've played so far. Next, I think you guys can actually see what's happening this time around, and it's still appropriately dark for me as well. One of the reasons I wanted to re-record the dark mod is because even though it's called the dark mod, my videos on it were a bit too dark when I went to watch them a little while ago, like about 3 or 4 days ago. And so I will probably be removing all of my original dark mod videos and having a new playlist dedicated to this game engine and the fan missions created for it. And with all that said, oh, one more thing. I have played a few of the missions already, by the way, again, since I last played them 2 years ago. So, I've played 5 of them so far, and I'm probably going to play all the ones I already did to remind myself about what the guard patrols are and so on, and get a little more practice in, since I was doing that the last time I played the Dark Mod. Otherwise, I would be terrified, given how difficult it is to sneak past the AI in this game, compared to the normal Thief game. On that note, here are my current difficulty settings. Okay, and now we can get started. Food not works. See the miracle. The statue of St. Lucia weeps for us all. A true miracle. In our times, come soon to be confirmed by the Archbishop himself. The Church welcomes your donations to prepare for the visit of His Eminence. Reward 5,000, dead or alive. Age 18. Height. I can't make that out. Light hair, blue eyes, and something features. He is the something of the something land by Despicables, the territory Whatever. That's probably us. Wanted for the murder of various individuals. Sykes. Reward of 10,000 gold coins. Subject is armed and dangerous. Do not approach without care. This man committed heinous crimes against our law and is wanted for the slaughter of innocents. Baldwin's herbal pills. Cures blackheads, pimples, blotches, boils, scurvy, irritation of the skin, bad legs. 6 and 1 per box. We've heard that this is a rather poor section of the city, and we're likely to see quite a bit of... Is that right? No. We don't know much about this section of the city.
So hungry.
It probably would not be fair to judge the city based on what single back alley with a homeless person in it. Or a beggar. You will find those in any city.
I can probably get up on that pipe if I can find something to stack.
Moving objects in the dark mod is a bit sluggish. It takes some time for the item to reposition itself in front of you, depending upon how heavy the item in question is. It makes noise as well if you bash it into something, and you can attract guards to your location if you do so. The thief world in the dark mod is a little different. The city is different, for example, and different things have occurred here. I don't think Garrett exists in this world either. I'm not sure if the Keepers do. But the Hammerites are here, as are the Pagans. And, of course, we have to avoid.
The city watch makes the main streets a lot riskier. Even regular citizens might raise a hue and cry if they see someone dressed like me.
The old man said the builders are harassing the girls behind the inn. Says it's bad for business.
What does he want us to do about it? Builders don't carry those hammers for decoration, you know. They'll bash your skull in right quick, and who's going to stop them? You think a church court will hang one of their own? We ain't gonna wrap them in knuckles. That's what they'll get, and they'll be back on the streets by breakfast.
The city needs to put a stop to it. You let a dog roam free in the kitchen long enough, and soon he thinks he owns all the food.
They're talking about how unlikely it would be that anyone on the Hammers would be arrested and found guilty for crimes that they might commit. Although, I can't imagine prostitution is legal, or it doesn't sound like it sounds like prostitution is legal, but the Hammerites do not approve of it. Oh. I'm still not sure about how the laws work in a city where you have the City Watch, which I assume your taxes pay for, but then you have the Hammerites, which I'm assuming your taxes are not paying for, and they both are arresting people based on different criteria. Miracle at St Rodric's, Mill Street, Feb 17th. Several penitents have reported a miracle at St Rodric's Church. A statue of St Lucia has been seen to weep tears of blood on multiple occasions. Many witnesses have reported that they have seen this with their own eyes. While the cause is not known, the faithful are certain it is a sign from the master builder himself. The Archbishop of Bridgeport has been called upon to confirm the miracle and plans to visit St. Roderick shortly. In the meantime, many worshippers are going to the tiny church to pray for healing and good fortune. Time is not paused in the Dark Mod, by the way, when you are reading things. Most of the missions, the designers of them, made it so that at least you're in the dark if you can't take the item with you for most of the things you can read. Traders attacked by savages. Flakebridge, November 12th. A group of traders 2 days east of Flakebridge were attacked by savages. Many men were slain and injured, and their goods were taken. The builder roads surrounding Flakebridge Monastery have not been maintained or guarded for years, and attacks by tribes of savages have increased in recent months. Travelers are encouraged to avoid them, and traders to move their goods by boat. The guards in the Dark Mod, or rather the settings I am using, what the heck, will find that, we will find that it's going to make it significantly more difficult to get past guards in this game than it ever was in the first 3 Thieves. Although, I suppose with the increased perception I had going for Deadly Shadows, this would be about on par with it. Guards will become very suspicious of noises. They notice doors opened and will investigate it. They'll note loot being gone. And they will notice me if I'm in light, even from a decent distance away, and come running to intercept me. In this game, unlike Deadly Shadows, guards that are on that were alerted to you will remain on high alert, and like Dishonored, will keep their weapons drawn to let us know that that's the case. A guard that's on high alert may change his patrol route, or just stand over an area and watch to see if you return. Individual guards in the Dark Mod, I think you are able to adjust them if you are a level designer, so that you can have some be far less perceptive than others. Or, of course, increase guards' perception. Lockpicking in this game is a bit different than the other games. You need a lock, you need a pick equipped, go to the lock, and try using your pick. It'll make a different sound to let you know if it's the correct pick or not, and not all doors can be picked. If it can be picked, it'll flash green, and then your character will begin fiddling with the lock. When the lock stops making sounds, you have to hit the attack key, at which point you get into the next tumbler, assuming there is one. Then you might have to switch to a new lockpick to make more progress. The locks, as far as I can tell, once you've gotten through one stage, remain at the tumblers remain fiddled with, so you don't have to start over from scratch.
Does it always have to be me? Why can't someone else do it for once?
She must be down here to fetch water. Is a tavern above us. It's probably not very busy at this early hour. Likely she's cleaning tables, getting ready to go to bed herself. She is still up in what I'm assuming is the kitchen.
Oh dear.
She's coming back down here. She just activated the elevator.
Hey, did you see the Moorish guards they have protecting the vizier? I wonder what those curved swords would be like in a fight.
I heard those swords are just for show. They say the Moors can use magic to summon genies and wind and stuff.
They fight by summoning genies. What do they do, huh? Rub a lamp?
And wind. They can summon really, really strong winds.
What was that?
Oh, sure. Better make sure the washer wench doesn't pick a fight with one on laundry day, then.
Cheeky git.
We have to make our way across this. Actually, let's look at our objectives really quick. Search for Lord Rothwick's room in the for the rubies. Search Lord Rothwick's room for the rubies. Find loot worth at least 400 gold pieces. Meet your contact in the southeast corner of Royston Court.
Who's putting out the lights?
If I light it, it'll just keep going out.
We'll have to
How'd
relight
you
it
do the game
later.
last night?
Could be worse.
Bloody torches.
No good silverware or goldware here. Should have my microphone closer to me. Sorry, everyone.
Why can't we get
Oh,
some
we
decent
wanted
light?
to know what room he's in, don't we? 4,
Turned out
Lord
again.
Rothwick. Expensive wine, incense burner, use of safe. John Smith is in room 3.
You read in the papers about that statue, weeping blood?
Yeah, my uncle went and saw it. Said it cured his gout.
I wonder if it will put that hospital out of business.
You mean Belhaven? It'd be out of business already if Lord Belhaven wasn't paying for the whole thing himself.
I'll have to relight it later.
They'll comment about the lights for some time, but they're not going to get up to relight them. And guards
That
do
is supposed to be lit.
relight lights if given the option to do so by the map creator.
Bloody torches.
Someone else is going to have to do it. What do you think of the way things are going lately?
Fine, fine.
Bridgeport Review. Lord Belhaven to host Vizier. Ibrahim Saif al-Dawa, the Vizier of Aqaba, has come to the city to discuss greater trade between the great merchants of Bridgeport and the southern spice barons of Arabia. The Vizier is being hosted by no less than Lord Belhaven himself, a great honor to this powerful emissary from the south. Bridgeport's harbors already welcome many Arabian ships, more than anywhere east of Minona. Town sacked by barbarians. The northern town of Aberdeen has been ravaged by pagan barbarians who have grown more and more bold over the last few years. Imperial troops withdrew from the town in the fall as they were needed to defend the trade routes of Brendan. Loyal citizens of the Empire, left to fend for themselves, were slaughtered in all manner of horrible ways. We are fortunate here in Bridgeport that we can rely on our own city watch to guard the walls and the wondrous devices of the Eventers Guild to guard our harbors. Travelers are warned to avoid the northern roads.
What? Oh.
We don't know the code to enter this. On the off chance it is 451. Let's interact with this. It is not. We didn't have to knock that guy out. We could fiddle with this stuff here, right in the room behind him. But I've never liked it. That seems so unrealistic. That if this is making a lot of noise, that he wouldn't immediately turn around to see what on earth is happening behind him. So I will try to knock out people who are in the room that I am about to go explore if I feel it's a bit too immersion breaking to not do so. Cashbox key. A gas arrow. And some gold hidden under his hat. He can keep his money. In this game, crouch moving sometimes is not enough to get you past someone. You still make a little bit of noise, and with our settings, that might be enough that someone hears us. Unlike the other Thief games, we will need to use creep, even when crouch moving, to sneak past some guards.
A one-eyed guard. This must be my lucky day.
As long as we're looking at a few things. We can zoom in by using our spyglass. We also have access to a lantern. It lights up the area immediately around you. There is no map button in this game. There is a sprint key in this game as well.
Who knows? We could be running around down here.
Huh?
Well, if she doesn't like how I do it, why doesn't she get someone else?
We only have one water arrow. We do have a gas arrow. I think we can probably sneak past this guy. I just don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I think if he goes towards the window, we can try to get into the room across the hall from him. We know this one's empty. Suppose we might as well check it to see if they, being the last occupant here, left anything here. Nothing in the chamber pot. Thank goodness. Okay, cleared out. This game features leaning against doors to hear things on the other side of them, like the first two Thief games had. I guess we're gonna just have to leave. I'll try and remember to use the lantern so you guys have a good view, can see everything I see as well. I think I've got the darkness levels correct. There's going to be a lot of these videos recorded before the first one of these even graces the channel. It's my way of saying, God, I hope I got the levels right. Silver key. His journal. I hate this city. Soot and stench everywhere, and not only do thieves hide in the dark alleys, but they come out of the very sky. I was walking by a transmitter tower next to the tavern this morning when a damn magpie swooped down and stole a ring right from out of my hand. Rolf just stood there like a dolt as the bloody bird mocked me from up on the pipes above the street. I should get Rolf a bow. This is supposed to be a safe neighborhood, but I saw 2 Moors on the street outside last night. People seem to think that they're here with that ambassador, but these 2 look like they were up to no good. They were following a well-dressed man down the street, and it is obvious they didn't want him to know. How am I supposed to feel secure with that kind of thing going on? The innkeeper has put my jewels in an iron safe in his room. He wouldn't tell me the combination. When I asked what would happen to the contents if he forgot what it was, he just laughed and said that when that happens, he goes and gets drunk at his workbench. What an odd fellow. If it weren't for the trade fair of the Inventors Guild, I wouldn't leave Brendan, but the devices they had on display were a wonder to behold. Lanterns that could follow behind you and light up the streets? Truly a marvel. 'Tis a shame Bridgeport keeps these wonders for itself. All their blueprints are in code, and any inventor that tries to leave the city is executed. I suppose Bridgeport would have fallen to her enemies long ago without those inventor machines guarding the harbor, so I cannot fault their caution. I'll be leaving in the morning, and glad of it. I'm going to let him keep his ring. Curious, though, what this key of his unlocks. Oh, it's just this chest. This might be a huge mistake, but I'm gonna leave his key in his room. We've gotten into lots of trouble dropping keys in previous Thief games. Let's see if it's still that case here, too. Not every map... Okay, we can't do it here. Not every map allows you to drop keys. This apparently is one that does not.
blame that
So,
one on me.
how's your
I
shift?
wasn't even there. Fine, fine.
Now, we could sneak through the room to get back to the workbench down below, where it was alluded that the code might be there to access this safe, but I know what it is, having done that before. So, a little metagamey, perhaps, and probably also one of the only times I'll do that. I knew what the code was before I even went upstairs, but felt that would probably be a bridge too far. That's all of our main objectives. I'll take that bracelet as well and hope it gives us 400 in wealth. I don't need to clear out the rest of this. Of course I want to set it back to zeros. While I don't ghost thief, I do like trying to hide the things that I've tampered with. We also have the cash box key. We could maybe grab a few coins.
How's the ale?
Enough.
Probably easier to spend than a emerald torque. That's good enough. That's good enough. When she comes out of that door, we'll go back through it, quickly check the kitchen, and then head on down the lift out to the streets in the back. Remember that not only do we need the rubies, we still need to meet with our contact who wants us to do something for him. What do you guys think so far? The theme is fantastic. The game looks great. This might be incorrect, but I'm going to say it. I think the game uses the Doom 3 engine for this. They nailed the atmosphere perfectly. The steampunky world setting. The music is great. The importance of listening to different sounds. I've had one complaint. And it's not really a complaint either. Not even a criticism. I suppose I should say the thing I had to get used to is that time does not pause when reading, and there is a ton of stuff to read in the game. I do wish the game would pause. It might even be an option to let you do that, but I haven't configured it to do so. We learned that there's a ring on some pipes outside the entrance of the tavern. But we can't really go back that way to hunt it down.
Right, they're all probably playing cards and drinking ale right now.
Some broadhead arrows, I guess I want to kill. Yeah, we are done if we wish to leave. Let's see if we can get... There's no reason, by the way, for us to actually care about cash, aside from meeting mission goals, as far as I'm aware. Once again, there's only maybe like 2 thief campaigns in the Dark Mod that I don't know if I've even played any of them. In other words, you don't get to spend the cash that you find between missions. The games generally start you with a little bit, and you get to decide what you want to spend it on. So it's mostly just for pride reasons, to show how good you are if you want to acquire all the loot. I tend to get just enough to meet the mission requirements, and then leave the rest. So we will probably be playing that way through most of the game.
Corbin? Is that you?
Ah, one of the Moors. Scimitar at his waist.
If you'll follow me, we can talk about the details.
Cool. Alright, let's take a look at our statistics. How'd we do? 1 time saved, and that was, I hope, at the 20-minute mark. 40 minutes to complete. Didn't have to reload at all. Didn't kill anybody. Knocked 1 person out. Remember that we're giving ourselves 2 KOs per mission. Sorry. 2 KOs or kills is the objective. Or the objective is the limit I'm hoping to do per mission. I might increase it to 3, but we'll try for 2. 3 the absolute limit. 16 people were suspicious. There was 1 search, 0 sightings. Our stealth score was 4. And if I recall correctly, the lower your score, the better you the game is rating you. So alert 1s, which is people like, what was that? Is 0. Alert 2s is, did you hear something again? Looks in our direction. Oh, actually, it says right down here where all this stuff is. Search 1, they actually are looking for me. Oh, I guess... Oh, the search 1 may have been Rufus, the guard outside of the merchant, who walked down the stairs. I did not think he did that. He must have seen me somehow. Curious. Search 2, AI searches, runs, draws weapon. 5 is he actually sights us. Okay. Well, not bad. All right, guys. We also got most of the loot. Not that it matters very much. And we'll stop here. So, in the next video, we'll be playing the Tears of St. Lucia, which is the 2nd official map made for the Dark Mod, and the last one official map made for the Dark Mod. The rest of them are all fan maps. And I think this is acceptable, right? The Dark Mod was released to say, hey, look at this amazing tool we have if you guys want to actually create maps. And we'll all get together and have some fun playing Thief, the way using this engine and these rule sets. And it's phenomenal. I had a great amount of fun playing through the missions we're going to play through the game again. So I just felt like mentioning that about the official maps, but only because I think this was supposed to be like a 3-part series. And I think these maps were made at sometime in like 2010. There hasn't been another map officially made since then. We have the Tears of St. Lucia, and there's supposed to be another one, but I have no clue when that game is coming out. When that map's coming out or not. When that map's coming out, period. All right. Let's stop here because I'm babbling. Thank you again for watching, and hope I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.